Hey guys, is this thing on?
I'm sure I plugged it in. Is that plugged in over there?
Andy, is this thing on?
Check here. 1, 2.
Is this thing on?
Check. I have phantom power.
Welcome to Chicks with Gear, the podcast, where three lifelong friends get together, drink some coffee, play some music, talk about gear, and our quest for the most perfect acoustic sound on stage. I'm Deb.
I'm Julie.
I'm Andy.
Who's not a chick, though he's not. He's our resident gearhead, the fabulous Andy Most. Yes. Woohoo! Well, Andy, are you excited about our show today?
You know it, Julie.
I'm excited too. And if y'all have been following along, you will remember that we had David Mathis from Gallagher Guitar Company here in studio a couple weeks ago. And then about a week later, he invited us to tour Gallagher Guitars in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Yes. And you know what else? That was our very first Chicks with Gear remote. And it was so much fun. We got to meet the great luthiers and the guys that make the guitars and follow David around and see in action. It was awesome.
It was pretty fabulous. And to hear some history about the equipment he had in there. And we brought in a team to take good video for us. We're going to have all kinds of stuff to show you. Andy, what were your thoughts after you left Gallagher Guitar?
You wanted one.
I did one too, but I would have settled for one. I'm working up to that.
Me too.
Yeah, that was quite a treat, seeing how that's all done in old school and
yes. I mean,
machines
totally handmade.
From the original,
yeah, it's really cool.
Location really was fantastic.
Yeah, and it's really cool looking too.
Yep. And I've walked by there a million times, and I just thought it was a sales room. I had no idea that they were actually building them there. Which was really cool.
Had no idea as well. Right there in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Yeah, let's go.
So we're going to bring that out to you a little bit later in the show. But right now, I have something that I want to share with y'all.
Uh-oh. Do we want to know what it is?
I'm ready.
Well, keeping in line with Chicks with Gear and things that we talk about and learn about, we also need libations sometimes. And myself have found that the alcoholic libations haven't been sitting well with me. So I've been on a journey to find some new stuff. Would you like to try it?
Oh, it's magic. Yes, I would.
All right, we'll be right back. Shazam!
Ooh.
All right.
Very interesting.
Very magical, right?
Little saints. Oh, that's
Little
me.
saints like you all. So what we have here is a bottle of spirits.
Oh.
And then over here are these little drinks made with the spirits that is more of a cocktail. So you can drink this one on ice, or you can drink this one mixed with cocktails. So if you wanted a margarita, you can make it with this. All non-alcoholic. There's lion's mane, which you guys are familiar with. You're familiar with lion's mane with Magic Mind.
Oh, well,
Yes.
that's very interesting.
So they have all different kinds of little mini cocktails. I love.
Picked plenty of lion's mane in my time.
Andy likes lion's mane,
Yeah.
for sure.
Mm.
So these come in cute little packaging, I think.
Yeah.
And they have all these different kind of cocktails. So I have a Negroni spritz. What do you have?
Spicy margarita.
Ooh.
Ditto.
Ah. Well, it's
And they have many more. They have ginger mule. There's a couple other ones. But let's try these. Ooh, mine's pink.
oh, it smells pretty good.
Yeah. Now you could put limes in this. I was too lazy to go to the store to get limes today or lemons, but I just imagine salting the rim, putting some of this in with that, and it would taste like a true margarita.
Oh.
But I'm gonna let you guys decide if you think it's
Okay.
good. All right.
Cheers.
We could
Cheers.
make it taste like a true margarita, though, right?
We do have methods to make that happen, Andy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cinco de Mayo, baby.
Oh, and tomorrow.
Ooh. Oh, that's
That's the spirit, okay?
We can add to that sound.
That's the spirit.
Oh my! It was like the spirit within was like, hell no! Put some vodka in there.
That was not a little saint spirit.
So what do we think? That's not good.
I think it's good. Yeah, I like it. It's refreshing. It'd be
It is
good for the
Refreshing.
summertime.
Like, when you jump into a pool, it's like
Yes.
60 degrees.
Yes.
Refreshing.
Refreshing.
Yes, very refreshing.
It's got
Okay.
some fizz. That's good.
It has a little fizz, and it feels like a grown-up drink. So, I mean, this is not officially part of our Chuck It or Keep It segment, but what are you guys thinking? Chucking or keeping?
I like it. It's good.
I reserve the vote for another episode.
Oh, okay. So we have to try it again.
Yeah.
Yes.
So maybe the next time we'll try this and mix it with like real margarita mix.
Yeah, I think if we mix it with something else, we'll
Yeah,
be keeper.
my beekeeper.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for indulging me.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh, we're back.
Yes.
Thank you so much for those beautiful spirits.
Oh, you're welcome.
I like it. But on to the very exciting Gallagher Guitar Tour. My favorite. And it started from the very beginning on how they choose the wood. And I had no idea. I mean, it's kind of logical, but how much care and decision making down to the very first piece of wood that they use.
I loved that room, and we got to hear how the wood vibrates. Is that the right terminology, Andy?
Yeah, I always hear about them tapping the tops, but never seen it done. And I tried it, and I need some practice with that. But David nailed it.
Yes, he did.
Andy can get the resonating of his guitar, but maybe not the resonating of the wood.
Not so much.
Yeah, check this out.
So we have wood that we use for the top of guitars. We have backs and sides, and I'll show you a couple of things about that. But these have been designated. This set goes together, and we would take one of these to do testing on it. In fact, you see, I determined this one was not wide enough for a dread, so I put a GA, which is like an OM. And also it has the magic number on it that was determined by the testing, which gives us a projected thickness of 109. It's really good.
All right.
And really good meaning we get to feel it, we get to touch it. Oh, wow. Andy,
Yeah.
so if you flex at the end, it gives you the long grain stiffness of it. You can feel it's pretty stiff.
Yes.
You don't want a floppy top. You want it stiff, so it's really active and vibrates when the string moves the air inside. And then you have cross grain stiffness, and this one's pretty good. But it's always magical to tap. And here's something about what the wood is going to give you.
That's amazing.
And I know, it's just a shared experience.
I love that. Andy, does yours ring?
Yeah, so you want to hold about an inch in, and you find the right spot, I'd say about 4 inches down, and it allows it to, yeah.
Yeah.
So it gives you some indication of the depth, the frequency, the sustain. But what we do, we put sawdust on it, put a speaker over it,
Okay.
and we find the frequency of this piece of wood.
Oh, it's magic.
And then we use that in a formula to come up with the ideal thickness for this top.
Okay.
And as we're thicknessing it, we will still feel it because we don't want it to get too floppy.
Okay.
But a factory, everything's going to be 120 thousandths. But each guitar is different here because we test every piece of top wood. And Adirondack is stiff wood. You want it to be stiff, you know, real punchy.
Yes.
Bluegrass guitars often have Adirondack. I mean, the bracing has a lot to do with it, but the wood. For example, if it were Western red cedar, it's going to be floppy.
Okay.
It's just the nature of it. But you get a nice, warm, reflective sound with it. You don't get punchy with it. Yeah.
GA meaning what?
Grand auditorium. Yeah. And we have a grand concert, which is our triple O model. But yeah, this is, I don't know if this seems like it's fun, but trust me, it's fun. Most guitars that we build are either mahogany, because man, you just can't beat it, can you?
Right.
No.
I went through and tuned up guitars since you guys were coming, and every mahogany guitar, I just love
One
it.
you brought over the other day.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then rosewood, we use a lot of East Indian rosewood that I import directly from India. And then some other woods. Like we have old growth cherry that JW used because he built Queen Anne style furniture.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's beautiful. This was actually, you can tell this side looks more, because it's turned a little bit, this was a piece of tabletop.
Really?
This is walnut, and I resawed this the other day for backs and sides. In fact, glued it up so we have that one ready to start building probably next week of a walnut guitar.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's going to be beautiful. Walnut's pretty.
It is beautiful.
But that's fun too, to take a piece of wood and turn it into a guitar.
Yeah.
It's magic.
It is. It really is. That it actually comes out sounding so beautiful.
So the next room, that was very cool.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, where
That's where all the action happens.
That's right. And the original machine that they still use that J.W. Gallagher built, the wood bending jig device, I'm not sure what you'd call it. But
Yeah, and he built Doc Watson's guitar on that, and
right.
it's pretty neat. I mean, he was a furniture maker and then decided to make the guitars and had to create the machinery to make them. I
Right.
think that's pretty amazing.
And it's so cool that he's able to keep the history going in his facility and has that piece of equipment, and all those guitars are getting bent just like Doc Watson's was.
That's right.
right on.
Right on.
Sam.
We're suddenly in this shop. And when you're out on the street and you see a little door, the sign, you have no idea that all this is back here.
You had no idea that. It looks like a real skinny building.
Right.
Had
Right.
no idea.
So this is definitely the magic place. All the wood that we prepared and everything, we start building in here. And a couple of things about this I'll mention. We are stepping back in time in a way
Yes.
because of the equipment, the benches, but also the method. We didn't turn it into a machine guitar building company. There's a lot of handwork. And we use CNC for some things because it's a machine. And why not, use the machine to do repetitive action where we can. But there's so much detail work that has to be done by hand. It's also stepping back into time because literally when Don Gallagher, who ran the company for 40 years, he was there in the very beginning with his dad. The first time he came to visit, we made the mistake of thinking, Don Gallagher's coming, we got to clean up. And he walked in, he's like, where's the dust? Are you guys working? But after he'd looked around a while, I said, well, Don, what reaction do you have? What comes to mind? He said, I remember the day we were working, and I was at a bench, and I thought, wouldn't it be neat if we had a built-in vise to hold the guitar body? And we took the time on about 3 different benches that are still here to create a vise to hold the body as they worked on it.
Oh, wow. That is so cool.
And to think of all the guitars that have been built on those benches since then, and we still get to use them.
So I was wondering, like these that we're standing in front of, these are very special machines.
All of these came from the old shop. 2 of them were there in the very beginning. Because in '65, when he started building, he had to build his equipment to build the guitars. And so the first year, he didn't build a lot of guitars because he was also building his equipment.
Right.
So even though he was a master craftsman, he was also a machinist. And so the machine behind you we call the carousel. It's for gluing backs and tops. And in some ways it's basic hardware, but he constructed it because that's what he needed. Ingenuity. He was a genius, I think. Most iconic piece, if I could step over here, is this this side bending machine. And Andy, you got to put your hand on it. Do you feel the magic yet?
Yeah.
You can all put your hand on it.
Is that it?
Because this is the side bending machine where Doc Watson's guitar was bent.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, come on. Help me play fast.
And it took time for me to really appreciate that we're preserving that history, and it has so much meaning too. So the guitars you played, they were bent on this machine.
Oh, wow.
I mean, from the very beginning, this is the one we still use. And we have others that we use for different shapes now, but every dreadnought, this is where we bend the sides.
So next on our tour, Andy.
Deb,
Yes.
the station where he was carving out the perfect circle that goes around
Yeah.
the sound hole, the rosette.
Oh, there's so much detail. It's beautiful.
Unbelievable. They put, I forget what kind of wood, whatever it is, whatever the order is, or abalone going around it. I mean, that looked a little nerve-wracking to have that gig right there.
Yes, he was very intentional, you could tell. Took it very seriously.
Hey,
Yes.
let's watch him.
Yes.
Let's do it. The Jewels.
Hey, yes.
Now where are we on the tour?
So there were two guys in these two stations, and I was very fascinated with this because the first guy was sanding, and it was starting to really look like the guitar, and it was beautiful. And the next guy would go in, everything was timed, and he would start to put the finish on. He would run out there, have to spray it, come back out, and work on the next guitar. And we got to see what it looked like before all the fancy gloss and the finish.
Exactly.
And it was beautiful.
Very intense
Yes.
jobs they have.
And they are definitely not going to miss what they were supposed to do.
To be that friendly and have such an intense job.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. And to have such attention to detail.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
mind you, that they are all fabulous musicians as well.
Yes, they are. Really amazing musicians, actually.
Yeah.
They all got to play the station in not too long ago as a band.
They did.
Mm-hmm.
And David also,
And David also.
Yes.
the first guy
Yes.
who, when we got there, that guy had some serious chops.
Yes, he did.
He did. And he was actually, we got to, when we first walked in, he was putting the finishing touches on this beautiful custom guitar, which they do.
Mhm.
And it was for Cody Norris, and it was beautiful. And he played the fire out of it.
Yes, he did.
One of my favorite songs, Blackberry Blossom.
He did.
Pretty cool one.
Well, the next stop on our tour really caught my attention because the guitar started actually looking like a guitar.
It did. And before then, it's in two pieces.
Yes.
They have the neck, and then you have the body of the guitar. And it was really cool to watch Matt put it together. You want to see it?
Let's hear it from Matt.
Yes. Let's hear from
Yeah.
Matt.
He did a bit of sanding while he was there.
Ooh, he
too.
sure did. He did a lot of
Yes,
sanding.
he did.
So I think my favorite part, not my favorite part, but interesting part. I've
Yes.
seen this before, but I had no idea what it was, where they were gluing the braces and that strange looking devices coming down from not the ceiling, but above.
From heaven.
I
From
know,
heaven,
but
definitely from
the
heaven.
really cool thing, because you never get to see the inside of the guitar unless you break one.
This is true.
So, and I've tried to look in there, you know, and I've dropped a pick in there and I'm like, oh, what is that down there? But so yeah, I thought that was really cool too. It looked like a piece of
Absolutely.
art
Yeah.
hanging up there. It was
Definitely.
really
Yes,
neat.
it did. Like
So
some sort of.
I've seen it, but I had no idea. I had to ask David, what is going on here?
It's magic. I know.
It's like an art installation.
And then it led directly to where we got to put our hands on guitars. And that has to be
Wow.
my favorite.
Ooh, that was a very nice time.
Yes.
Although I didn't get to play any guitars because I don't play guitar.
No, but thankfully,
Yes.
somebody brought their mandolin with them, and it was big fun. You
I
want to
don't
see?
know how that happened.
Yeah. Definitely.
Let's watch.
Let's check it out.
Shazam!
Oh,
This is what I'm talking about right here.
this is my favorite room. Must
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're beautiful. Should we
Let's
take
hear
one?
that. Yeah.
Okay.
guitars are beauties. Very, very beautiful.
They are beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank
Like you guys have.
Yeah.
It's a great place to hear guitar too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look at them all.
That it's magical that way too, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So you're playing a maple guitar. That actually is. Let me see which number that is. I think the second one.
It's
that's the second one
so
of the
pretty.
J.P. Cormier signature model.
Oh my.
And we worked with him a couple of prototypes and then settled on this design.
Okay.
And that's a 13 fret model
Oh wow.
to help activate the top a little bit more. Yeah, you don't notice it at first.
No.
But the bird's eye maple is gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
He wanted a punchy guitar,
Ah,
and so you have the maple along with the Adirondack, and
And then just the binding, that darker color up against that is just stunning.
thank you.
Yeah, beautiful.
And-
And the headstock is gorgeous.
Yes, we kind of dressed that up a little bit
Yeah.
with J.W. Gallagher's bellflower inlay.
Oh, it's beautiful.
oh, I love that.
What
And
about
then
this
Andy
piece?
has our first model of the 12th fret dreadnought in the bluegrass bell line.
This is the first one of this?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, we got another one coming through. But
It's
that's
It's going to
mahogany.
be hard to beat this one.
I
I'm
think-
sure you can do it though.
I know. It's beautiful.
So we were really kind of thinking of Norman Blake's
Right.
old guitar,
yeah.
the burst and everything. So yeah, we are really happy with the sound out of that one.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It sounds beautiful, and it's visually beautiful. Like these
Yeah.
colors up at the top there are just gorgeous.
Yeah, and as you saw the guys working in the shop,
Yeah.
I'm so proud of the skill level that we've gotten to.
Yeah, no doubt.
to-
They
to
are
build.
gorgeous. I mean, there's no. I mean, and everything. I mean, I love the headstock is really different. You
Right.
know, and all of them had their own little thing. It's beautiful,
Well, the headstock on most of the Gallaghers has that wave.
which I love.
It's a French curve.
Yeah.
Oh.
But the Bluegrass Bell, since it's a pre-war style guitar, we wanted the
Okay.
square headstock, but we
Yeah.
put the wave above the G
Yeah, I love that.
Oh,
to
good.
indicate the
Yeah.
Gallagher. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty.
It sounded really good too with you guys. Yeah, that was nice.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
I really loved the guitar room. That was my
too.
favorite, obviously, and loved hearing you guys play the guitars. What were your favorites?
It would be hard to pick one, but I will say the dreadnoughts are my favorite. The Doc Watson, and that 12 fret, which I would not have thought would be my favorite, but that was a sweet sounding guitar.
That
Fit my hand
was.
really
Yes.
good.
It's pretty.
Especially after I wrestled it out of your hand. You made it sound better. But I loved that guitar.
And I believe he said that's the first 12 fret that they had built of that that model, which was sort of like Norman Blake's played those models. So,
wow.
It's beautiful.
yeah, that was a great sounding guitar and very comfortable to play.
Yeah.
Which is really important to be able to have an ease of playing, I think.
Absolutely.
And if you were going to do a custom guitar, would you deck it all out, Julie?
I would kind of go between.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would want although having your name on the neck is pretty cool.
Yes.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I'm somewhere in between. I like a little sparkle,
Yes.
but I don't want too much sparkle. How about that?
Yeah.
What about you, Andy?
Don't put your last name on there just in case something happens. I'm just kidding, Kirk.
Oh, you're in trouble now.
Oh man. So
The Julie.
yeah.
Julie.
E. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would definitely get the signature Gallagher headstock.
Oh, yes. Me
That is,
too. It's beautiful.
Very classy.
And it's unique.
It's
Absolutely.
unique because of the story David told us about it. So the J.W. Gallagher, he started building guitars in 1965. And so back then we didn't have all the computers we have to create logos. So he went to the Gazette, cut out the G and used that as his logo.
That's awesome.
So that's what is on your headstock, I believe.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Magical.
Magical.
It is magical.
Very magical. And very beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Well, I just think it was an amazing opportunity for us to be able to dive deeper into Gallagher guitars with David Mathis.
Right down the road in
Yeah,
Murfreesboro.
I know, little Murfreesboro. And, just to see how much love and time and dedication to something to build these guitars completely custom, even though maybe it's the standard, but it is custom because it's hands that are making those guitars, and they put a lot of love into it. I thought it was really neat.
So if you're in the market for a beautiful new guitar or just want to see them, head on down to Gallagher Guitars in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Right off the square.
Yes. Get you one.
Ooh, one of our favorite segments. We have not been able to do it in a little while. Debbie's got a fun little gadget she's bringing. So are you guys ready?
Yes.
To...
Chuck it or keep it!
Yes. Excellent. All right. What have you brought to us today?
Well, I have brought some gear that is not to do with music, but it is to do with podcasting. And seeing how we are musicians doing a podcast, I thought I would share some things that I had been struggling with on set, was trying to figure out how to use a teleprompter while we're doing here.
Yes.
And so the first one I had found was this one here, which is actually not too bad, but it's hard to use on set. So
There.
it's, yes.
There's a teleprompter here.
Yes, Andy.
Yes. We tend to be long-winded.
It does help keep the show going. And so the teleprompter is not the easiest thing to get used to also. So we had used it with this thing and then something, it's like a little presenter mode in a Keynote app on the iPad. So it wasn't working great. So I went out on the internet to find something else. And there really was nothing else that was a true teleprompter that you could use on your iPad until now.
Oh, yes. Let us hear.
So I was always getting frustrated when this, because, we would want to back it up and Jolie would be like, back it up. And then I would mess it up.
It's going too slow. It's going too fast. Hello.
I can't
It's
read
going.
it. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. So anyways, and it was on this little ring, so I just couldn't do it. So what I did find, though, hallelujah, is a true teleprompter type device that you can use on your iPad. So
Yes.
one of the things that I really like about it is that the remote is bigger. So there are other remotes out there that will tell you that these will work. They don't. I've tried them all. I promise you, I've tried them all. So this one is called Remote Pad.
Remote pad.
So it's
Catchy name.
that is actually the name. It's
Very
kind of
nice.
plain, but it gets the job done. You know exactly what this is for. So what I love about this, though, is it's an app and you put on your iPad, and then you have an actual remote control, and it works truly like a teleprompter. So it's really cool. So you can edit right on with your little keyboard. Like with mine, I actually have an actual keyboard that attaches to my iPad that I love. And so this is the remote, and it has all kinds of functions: forward, backwards. You can go faster, slower. You can put it in portrait mode. Oh, look at there. It's going backwards. I've been trying to figure out how to make it go backwards, and now it's going backwards. There it goes. And then you can get it right up to the top with one little button and have it go. And you can adjust the speed of it. You can stop it midway. And I love it because it fills the whole screen, which the other one, you remember, did not. And I also love having a nicer remote to be able to use with it.
And I like it too.
And she likes it too. And the editing is really easy on this. So I love this remote pad device.
We're so high tech.
Yeah. What do you guys think? You have to use it too. What do you all think about it?
I like the way you had my name capitalized on there.
Yes. And bolded too, Andy.
I like when you say response, and we're just actually left it open, which is pretty good.
Yeah, at least you didn't say pause when I wrote pause. Sorry, Joey. Gotta have a good sense of humor if you're president of the United States. Just saying. So, I think on this chuck it or keep it, this should be a vote because you guys have to use it too, not just me. So I am voting to keep it.
Don't be putting words in my mouth. Oh, wait. Be putting words in my mouth.
I am putting words in your mouth.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it. And you're getting better at
Yes.
advancing it. So
I
it's
need
good.
more coaching on that piece, but.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. You're putting less words in my mouth. I like it. Just kidding.
All right. It's a keeper.
It's a keeper.
It's a keeper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we
Ooh,
go.
it's that time. My favorite time.
Oh, yeah.
Woo-hoo,
feel like
it's
crying
yearbook time. What'd you say, Andy?
I don't feel like crying today.
Oh, never.
That's because you're happy about what we're doing after the show, right? The hot babes are coming in.
Ooh.
What's their names, Julie?
Josephine, Edwina, and Myrtle.
Myrtle.
We'll have to check it out and see which one we like. Or maybe we like them all.
Ooh. 3 hot babes in the studio this afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Helping us with our sound to be continued.
Oh, yeah. I think we should cheers to that.
I think we should cheers to it too. Okay, everybody. Yerbas, baby.
Woohoo.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
There we go. Cheers.
To the girls.
Yes. I'm thinking I like Edwina. I like the way she looks.
She's probably the hottest of all 3, I think.
Smoke
Nothing.
show.
She's a smoke show. She's got kind of a non-earth vibe. Like there's something to her that looks just visually. She looks like she doesn't belong here on Earth. I'm just
Sci-fi,
saying.
baby.
Yes, yeah. But I mean, nothing against the other 2 gals. Who knows? They may just
they're
blow
pretty-
our socks off.
They're pretty foxy looking too.
I know.
I love it. Hey, while we were talking, I was
Yes.
thinking that we'd love to hear from y'all. If there's some gear you want us to check out, and we'll check it out. Or if you have any questions,
Yeah.
Andy would be glad to answer them.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like what's in that coffee cup, Andy?
Spirits.
Spirits.
Yeah. Well, I hate to say it,
Oh.
but
Don't
that
do
is
it. Don't do it.
all we have for today.
Shoot.
Sure did have a good time with y'all. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe below. And thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, don't you worry about it. Yes.